Hello, welcome back to our lessons of PHP Advanced, and today we are going to learn about a very interesting course. I know you have been with us starting from the lesson 1 up to this level, and we have looked at a lot of good things that we have learned together. So we have looked at, last time we looked at how to combine more than one table using join. And today, actually it was a very good lesson. We learned a lot, we used a lot of things, we did, and I'm sure our table now looks our application looks very differently. So with that, it is a very good step going forward, and now today we are going to look a little bit another more thing, because as we are going forward, we should be able to change things, we should be able to modify things, and we should be able to make our application look so meaningful and so useful to everyone. So last time we did few things. Actually, I think we did one more main thing, joining the tables and expressing or showing data like this, which is good. It's not bad. It's not bad. But now we should make some more things. So we are going to use another command or a statement in database, my SQL, that will help us to change the way data is shown. So the problem, as last time when I was talking, is looking at this code, not the code actually, the result. We have Damian, who is taking web development. We have Oscar Banda, who is taking web development. We have Oscar Banda, who is taking Java development. And we have Dennis Kivunji, who is taking web development, and Chibade, who is taking web development. Looking at this number here, they are telling us 5 students have been enrolled in different courses, which exactly that is a lie in one way or another. It's true, but it's a lie, because our data shows that Oscar Banda is taking 2 courses. For this case, means that Oscar Banda is not 2 students, is a 1 student. So we have 4 students that are registered for courses, but among the 4 students, 1 is taking more than 1 course. So for us to make this particular dashboard look so clean and so meaningful, we need to dare to change that. So how are we going to change? Should we present a data in which way? That can be a very good question. How will we make sure that the data we are showing is expressing the thing that we want to express? So the first thing is either by showing the number of calls and the data table and the calls that they're taking. So we say John is taking 1 course, that 1 course is called ABCD. Or another way is to show number of calls that John is taking. How are we going to get the number of calls? That's where there's a trick, because we don't know where to get the number of calls. There is nowhere that we load in our code a certain in our actual tables that this column is going to be recording number of calls I mean that so and so is taking. So in this case, that's why I presented before that we should use specific keywords that might assist us to reach to the dream. Okay. So going to our database, when we talk about join, we said it's grouping, it's putting tables one table to another. But what if you want to join result? You want to join this result and this result. So if maybe a person has 2 or more results, are you going to use join? We said no, we are going to use group. So we are grouping the data of the same individual together. So if somebody has 6 results, 6 courses that they're taking, we need to see 1 person. He's the 1 person. Count him as 1, but say this one person is taking this course, is taking this course, and this course. All right. How do we do that? Then we are going to start from our database. I'm very much happy to be using the database and SQL because majority it assists them to understand and explore how we are building our codes. Because when we jump direct to the PHP, some people think that code is coming from PHP, but when we start from here and we move with the code to the PHP, majority have been so happy with that picture because now they understand that this code is coming from one place and it's coming here to do exactly another thing on this particular level. All right, so we'll start by looking at the code, and the grouping will be mostly useful when there is repetition of a certain code. When there will be a repetition of certain code, that will be more important. So for us to make that useful, we can't rely on Oscar Banda. We can also add a stream. We can add one more course, and this course will be called what? Android development. And this course a student will learn about Android and how it can be used to create a robot. I don't know, this is just for this course. Okay, and then I'll add one more course. This course will be Python. People has been asking about Python. How do they write Python? Huh? Really? Python, yeah. And in the Python, the course will focus. This course will introduce student to the what will they introduce him to data analysis, to data analysis. Sound good. All right, so and then we come here, we enroll, because Oscar Banda like to enroll in different courses. So yeah, we have that. Okay, so we come here, we say Oscar Banda is now enrolling into Android again, and he is starting on the 1st December. Okay, and also who is Mr. Chimweme Kamatasi is enrolling in Python. He's going to do that on 17th. And the Eileen Kamchocho is enrolling in web development, and that will be on 11th. Good. So if I don't see my notification, but I will not mind that. So if that is done, yeah, I think the data is coming here, so I can see them. They are working, because we have Chimweme Kamatasi now is in Python, Irene is that, we have Oscar Banda in Android, we have Mr. Dumia Banda. Let's add Dumia Banda in another lesson. Dumia Banda is from where? Damian Banda, not Dumia. It's called Damian Banda. Damian Banda took web development, so we're gonna add on him Python, and I think he will manage that. And on 30th is when he will be starting. So Damian Banda now he's doing Python, Damian Banda. But lastly, who is Mr. Who? I don't know. Chifunilo Pili. Chifunilo, I don't have Chifunilo. Chimwemwe is taking Python, but you can't take Python without taking web. So Chimwemwe will also take web because he's just having one. Yeah. And the web for this guy will be on 30th also. So these are students that are going to start learning on that particular day. And the data shows that I have 10 students enrolled in the courses at this particular school. Let us say this is Technolab. Yeah. But with this information, there is a lot of lies because it's not true that I have 10 students. No. Because if I will count this, then I have a lot of students. But in this reality, I have very few students that I have enrolled in different courses. So with this data to present like the way it is, I will be lying not only to the user of the application, but also to myself. So what the best way? Because at the end of the day, you find out that here I have a lot of numbers more than the enrollment. So I have 200 students all enrolled in courses while I have 20 students in physical. Good. How do we do that? We say we go back here and we try to group them. So if we go to group, grouping is easier if you know what you want to do. Actually, everything is easier if you know what you're doing. Everything is depending on what you're doing. So what we are going to do here, we're going to say, So should I take a basic? Yeah, let's start from the basic. So we'll say select, where I'll go with all from students in a join enrollment on. So should I put my S into something as S as E dot student ID equal to S dot ID in a join. I'm looking for stream as C on C dot ID equals to E dot stream ID, student ID, stream ID. All right, so if this, and here I said I'm getting S dot name. After that, I'm getting C dot name and the E dot enrolled. So this is the initial code that we have created on the previous lesson. So if we are going to execute this code, we'll have this particular information, which is happening as of now at this level. But now we want to group them. So when we want to group, we have to specify the column that we want to group at, the column that we want to group. So in this case, what is the column that is being repeated is this particular E.E student ID, because this is where it's being repeated. So how do we do that? We are going to come here and say group by, and then we say E dot student ID. So if we say like that and we execute this code, if we say like that and execute this code, it will reduce the number. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 students, but when we was not grouping, was being told that we have 10 plus students, which was a lie. So we have 10 students that has been taking more than one course, and we could not count them well. All right, so now we need to change. Instead of getting the course they are taking, we want to know the number of the course they are taking, not the course they are taking actually, because that will distract us. Because if you are showing me we have 6 students, there is also a problem. Why are they all taking one course? Because that's what is showing here. They're showing that this is taking web development, this is Python, and they are all taking web development and Python only, but there is more courses that students are taking. So how will I do that? I will change. Instead of getting what the course they are taking, I want to know how many courses they are taking. How will I do that? I will go back to the code right here. So I will go back to the code and I will use another function or a method which is called count, and I will count all. So what it will do with the grouping, it count all of the repeated according to the grouping, not according to the whole thing. So the moment the count is there and there's grouping, so the grouping will be counting in that particular pattern. All right. So because I'm going to get rid of this, where there is CNAME, I will say count, and from there I'll put my counter, and I'll say as number of courses. Yep. Number of courses, enrollment year, and the name. So I want to know how many courses every individual is taking, not what course they are taking at this level, because this is going to assist me. When I know the number, then I can check, okay, this is taking 3, which exactly course John is taking. So when we execute this code, I'm now getting really information that Oscar Banda is taking 3 courses. I didn't know that. And Chimwemwe is taking 2 courses. Damian Banda is taking 2 courses. And the rest here, they're taking 1, 1, 1. So 3 up to 5, 7, 10. Now I'm getting the 10 that I was getting before while it was repeated. So now this code, I will move the way it is to the other side so that whoever is going to be using interface will be able to see as what I'm seeing here. And remember, I was telling you that I'm doing this so that you can know these are different courses, different languages combined together. So I'm getting this code and I'm coming here. I'm saying, okay, it was good to have you, but I think now I know you are lying to me. Then I will get to change. So how will I do that? I will create a new line. I will create a new line, then I will keep this code. Never delete a code. Never delete any code. It's very hard to get one code. So if you delete the code, don't blame me, because you might need it some other time. So I'll come here and I will change. I'll paste my new beautiful code that I have been generating the other side. And also I will do a little bit change. If you remember, it's no longer the course name, but it's the number of courses that so-and-so is taking, right? So we're saying number of courses enrolled. And I think in the future, I will not need the year of enrollment because they are enrolled in different. So I can get rid of it right now or I can keep it. I don't know. That will be your comment. You can comment below and they say, no, I think we can keep that. But now it's useless. Now it's meaningless, because what for? People are enrolled in different years. So they will give me the first year, the first date they get access to. So I think I should get rid of that. So I'll get rid from here. You see what I'm doing? Oh, let me do this first. You see what we had from the other side, and then we see when we do the change. All right, so this is what we had exactly the other side on the PHP, HTML, and CSS built by Bootstrap. We have the name, we have the number of calls. So what I was saying is this particular angle here is totally not necessarily making any sense. Why is not making sense? Because these three causes, they were not registered on the same period. So if that's the case, then this information here also is lying to us. So we can't keep information which are not true. That's why we will need to go to read specifically from Oscar Banda which course he is taking and when did he register. So we are going back to the code and we change from there what exactly we want to change. So we'll get rid of this. So we are remaining with the two columns, if you can say. And if that's the case, we are also getting rid of this one. And with that, we have now new results. Did I save? Yep, I saved. So we can try that. Ooh, I have a very good error. What is the error? They said that no, it's offset. There's something that is going offset. Why is here? I removed one side, I didn't remove another side. So if you do that, you'll face the same problem as me. But thanks, we have discovered it, and now I refresh this, and boom, we are good to go. So this is what I wanted you to have. You know, the number of calls and the last. Next time we'll be able now to make sure that to look at Oscar Banda, when we click on Oscar Banda, to know, okay, Oscar Banda took 3 calls. What are the causes? We know the causes, we know the date and the like. Until next time, keep with us. It's Remy Gakwaya from Technolab, where technologies are being created. It was nice to be with you. Remember to comment, to like, and to subscribe, share with friends so that we can be able to join this course and get exactly what we are getting. Thank you very much.